Welcome to this video providing an overview of the Conservation by Design Strategy Selection module. I'm Josh Goldstein, and I'm part of the Conservation by Design team and one of the developers and training leads for this module. Thanks for taking time to watch the video before the upcoming training session. We have two learning goals for this video. First, to give you a brief refresher on Conservation by Design and the new module structure. And second, to provide you with an introduction to the purpose and structure of the strategy selection module. In turn, we hope the video helps to prepare you for the upcoming training session, during which we'll spend 2.5 hours together towards the following learning goals. First, to help you understand the steps involved in running the module, and as part of that, discuss tips for facilitating the module and ways you can customize the module for specific planning teams' needs. Next, to help you understand how to effectively use the provided tools and templates. And finally, to feel motivated to run the module for the first time. The first time is always a leap, and we're committed to supporting and coaching you after this training, help you feel ready and to be successful. Okay, let's get started. So Conservation by Design is the Nature Conservancy's method for developing and improving impactful and equitable strategies to achieve the 2030 goals and advance our mission more broadly. With the current updating of Conservation by Design, we're releasing a set of 9 modules to help a conservation team work through a planning process. The idea is that a team determines its planning needs and then chooses whichever modules are right to address its needs now. This may be one or a few modules, or most or even all of the modules. Just depends on what the team aims to accomplish through the planning process. This video provides an overview specifically of the strategy selection module to help you prepare for the upcoming training session. And before I get into the details of the strategy selection module, I want to briefly explain what we mean by the term module. So a module is a tailored package of materials that helps a conservation team work through a specific step or aspect of conservation planning in a time-bound, efficient manner. And the materials include, first, a module manual document that starts with a 1-page about this module summary, then continues by describing the key concepts and general method for the module. There's a facilitator's guide that provides detailed step-by-step instructions, a Mural online whiteboard that serves as a virtual workspace, and will note that all the modules can be readily transferred to in-person physical whiteboards when needed. And most modules also contain supporting materials that help with implementing the module. For example, a few of the modules have templates for surveys to collect input from the planning team before our first group work session. Okay, so let's jump into the strategy selection module. The purpose of this module is to help a team develop and align on a quality set of strategies so that the team is positioned to achieve its desired outcomes. I'll explain in a bit what we mean by a quality set, but for now, I just want to note the importance of both developing ideas alongside the team using this process to align on and have a shared commitment to implementing the selected strategy. The strategy represents what the team thinks will have the greatest likelihood of achieving its desired outcomes and contributing to the 2030 goals. These are the two general use cases for the module. First, for teams developing a new strategy for a geographic and or thematic area, and second, for teams refreshing and strengthening an existing body of work. Let's walk through some of the basic components of the module. In terms of who participates, the core participants are the module facilitator, which you're being trained to be, the planning team lead, and the planning team members. We recommend between 5 and 10 people to enable everyone to participate fully and to encompass a range of perspectives and expertise. You can, of course, adjust the number based on what's best for the team, and the team should decide whether this is a TNC internal exercise or one being done in collaboration with external partners. When the team will be addressing policy and or market strategies, it's important to include staff with that expertise directly on the planning team. Lastly, there are multiple opportunities to crowdsource input and review from additional individuals beyond the core planning team, when broader perspectives and expertise are needed, but without those individuals having to be part of the more time-intensive steps in running the module. The time it takes to run the module varies depending on how complex or constrained are the team's needs for strategy development. At a minimum, you'll want to have 2 3-hour group work sessions spread across 1 week to 1 month. We provide a set of materials to guide you in facilitating the module. These include a module manual document, which provides more overview information beyond this video, a step-by-step facilitator's guide, and guidance on how to customize the module for a given team's needs, a Mural virtual workspace, and then various instructions and templates that support specific steps in running the module. We'll go through all of these in more detail during the upcoming training session, and feel free to take a look at the documents before the training if you have time. The final output of the module is what we call a strategy table. This table describes key aspects of the strategy, or more often the set of strategies, that the planning team selects for implementation and the rationale for the team's decision. So before a team jumps into strategy development through this module, as facilitator, there are a few things you'll want to check to make sure the team is ready for this work. So first, a planning team should be aligned on its objectives, meaning its desired outcomes, for its conservation work and have outlined clear linkages to the 2030 goals. If the team needs to work on this, they can route back to the Conservation by Design Defining Objectives module. Second, the team should be aligned on the core challenges affecting what it cares about and potential leverage points for intervention. If the team needs to work on this, they should go to the Situation Analysis module. And then finally, the team should have identified and developed a plan to equitably engage key interested parties in strategy development. If the team needs to work on this, they should go to the Interested Parties module. So the readiness check I just described provides a way to think about some of the key inputs for the strategy selection module and how these inputs come from Conservation by Design modules that a team could complete before the strategy selection module. In turn, the output from strategy selection serves as an input into the theory of change module, during which the team will articulate the expected logic through which its actions lead to intermediate results and the final outcomes it seeks. Most teams will want to follow strategy selection with the development or the updating of a theory of change, since this is a core component of adaptively managing a strategy toward the 2030 goals. I've been using the word strategy, but haven't yet defined it, so let's do that now. TNC defines a strategy as a coherent body of interlinked actions that contribute to 2030 goals. A strategy is defined by a theory of change and executed through projects. Strategies are executed at a variety of scales from local to global. Then we can further define a candidate strategy, meaning an option for a strategy that a team considers and may select or may discard when choosing which strategies to commit to. And if strategies are the overarching structure, it's helpful then to define a project. And projects are the building blocks of strategies that contribute to 2030 goals, and they vary in size and scale depending on the scale of the strategy. The primary focus of this module is on this part. It's on helping teams develop candidate strategies and then selecting the strategy or set of strategies it will implement. So the purpose of the strategy selection module talks about helping a planning team develop and align on a quality set of strategies. So let's unpack what we mean by the word quality. When teams are exploring candidate strategies, it's helpful to consider a set of 5 properties. The first property is that the candidate strategies are complete, meaning they collectively address the team's full range of objectives, i.e., ultimate ends, including alignment to the 2030 goals. The second property is compelling, meaning the candidate strategies provide an actionable solution to the core problems the team seeks to address through its work. Third is feasible, meaning that the candidate strategies have a reasonable pathway to implementation. This may be because the desirable factors exist now, or the team has a credible plan for how to establish these factors while implementing the strategy. During initial idea generation, the team should both critically scrutinize feasibility while also being a bit careful to not too much worry about this condition so that the team doesn't prematurely remove promising ideas. The fourth property is creative, meaning that the candidate strategies include options that go beyond obvious or conventional ideas. And finally, the candidate strategy should cover a range of options that the team could pursue. This helps protect against anchoring too tightly on the status quo or on well-known options. When the planning team works through the module and is ready to select its final set of strategies, it's the first three properties that should mostly guide the decision-making process: complete, compelling, and feasible. Strategy selection module is organized around a set of 4 processes. All teams will do the first process, and then they'll decide which of the remaining processes are most pertinent to their strategy development needs at this time. First process is setting the context. This establishes the frame for strategy development by compiling the team's objectives, meaning their ultimate ends, potential leverage points for intervention, for example, if those were surfaced during the situation analysis, and other foundational information. In doing so, it helps ensure that the strategies developed are responsive to what the team seeks to achieve and the real-world context in which it's operating. The second process is strategy idea generation. This is where the team rolls up its sleeves to creatively brainstorm and develop a set of candidate strategies that are aligned to its objectives and the 2030 goals. The upcoming training session will focus on these 2 processes, as they are what we have found address the needs of most planning teams we've worked with to align on a set of strategies to implement and begin adaptively managing. That said, some teams will benefit from the remaining 2 processes. The next one is strategy evaluation. This is where you can run a set of candidate strategies through a structured evaluation process to more rigorously assess their potential impact, feasibility, and strategic niche. The final process is strategy selection, which provides a structured process for selecting which set of strategies to commit to through transparent and documented decisions. There's more info on the evaluation and selection processes in the module's written materials. And also, after the training session, we're going to share a video walking through these processes for those seeking to learn more. And our training team is here to support you with deeper dive coaching if you want to facilitate these processes with the team. So that completes the overview information that we wanted to share to help you prepare for the training session. As I wrap this video, I want to emphasize that this video and the upcoming training are just the start of a partnership between myself and Dave Martin, who are the trainers, and you as the module facilitators. Through the upcoming training and post-training support, we're here to coach you through running the module. In turn, we look forward to, and we really depend on, your candid feedback as to what's working and what could be improved, so we can update and strengthen the module to best work for the planning teams you support. So thanks very much for watching this video, and we look forward to seeing you soon in the upcoming training. If you have questions beforehand, please do reach out. Thanks.